is Nuance's latest speech-enabled browser. Will basically enable you to use natural language understanding and Nuance's best-of-breed voice recognition technology to enable you to basically search all of the web and get exactly what you need. So just a couple examples, since we're in Vegas. I'll hit record button here and say, tickets for Elton John tonight.
Of course, Vegas.
And of course, Vegas processing, Vegas network. So we're integrated with multiple content partners. So in this case, Live Nation, it's a music event. So it'll look for Live Nation to find the match of what I just said. So in this case, it was parsing out tickets and looking for the keywords around Elton John and trying to understand exactly what I was going for. So in this case, it says, hey, look, I bet you meant a Live Nation event, which is Elton John. And it'll come up here in just a few minutes and go through to buy tickets. I can watch videos. I can search for other shows.
So is this an in-app browser, or is it like developed for Drag and Go?
Yeah, so this is Drag and Go itself. So what we do is then reach out to Live Nation and grab the content basically just right off their website. So the integration with our content partners is really, really seamless. Now, for some applications, which I can show to you, we've done a slightly deeper integration where we actually integrate with the application that's on the device itself. So that would be an example like Netflix and Pandora.
Wow, nice.
So you can do a deeper integration. So that's an example of me saying tickets for Elton John.
Sure.
So I can look for some other entertainment device, and it'll actually take me to a different content partner. So I'll say movie showtimes for Sherlock Holmes tonight. So
Processes it.
picks it up, takes it here, and so very similar request. But now rather than taking me to Live Nation, it's going to take me to, if all goes well, it'll take me to Fandango. And I think that's a very unique value proposition for us, is that because Nuance is content partner agnostic and OS agnostic and actually device agnostic, we'll take you to the right location. So we're not taking you inside of an ecosystem. We're not taking you to a Google app. We're not taking you to inside the Apple ecosystem. We're taking you wherever we find the best possible result is. So that one didn't work. Let me try it again. Movie showtimes for Sherlock Holmes tonight. I'm not sure that's going to get it either.
Yeah, our network is a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm actually on a Wi-Fi connection too, so I'm trying to be sneaky, but it's still not working.
Oh yeah, my Wi-Fi doesn't work here.
Yeah, you just run into the exact same problem, just at a different point. Well, so that's an example of how to. So I can search for another type of ticketing and entertainment. I can search for Seattle Sounders,
right?
And that'll take me to. Oh, there we go. So there's Fandango. So we can see that it's on this nice on the long green loading bar. So it'll take me to Fandango, and then if I search for Seattle Sounders tickets, it'll take me to SubHub. Okay. So it'll actually look for the right content asset within the content partner that's best positioned to serve the needs of the customer. So
can
we
you
think
scroll
that's
through those tabs? Or?
You can't. So if let's say I'm like, you know what, I didn't mean Sherlock Holmes. I meant I wanted to just do a generic Google search, or I wanted to know more about it, or I want to know who's in the movie. So I can go to IMDb. And if I was lucky enough to have a phone that had the HD capability, I would be able to play it from right here inside my device.
Great, that looks good.
So we try to bring what we think is the most likely next step the user's going to take, and so we can scroll through all the sets of content partners that we bring in, and those will let people sort of help self-direct where they want to go.
Yeah.
So some things like that are really basic voice-enabled search, which is a nice thing. So some things are slightly more complicated. So if you and I were going to decide tonight that we're going to get some steak dinner, you know, you're like, well, I'm not really from Vegas, I don't know where to go, so I will say best steakhouse in Vegas. So it will then take me, if all goes well, to Yelp,
Great.
where it'll rate steakhouses and provide me basically with a list of who we want to go to.
It's actually quite similar to Siri, or I imagine.
It is similar. We've taken a slightly different approach. Siri has a very device-centric approach to it. It works sort of within the device itself to let you enable tasks within it, whereas we're taking a sort of more externally facing approach. We're looking out into the world, finding the things that people are going to most likely be doing, interacting with other content partners and websites, and really working on that side of the house.
Yeah.
Which isn't to say that we don't aspire to some of those other experiences. So now let's say we find Austin Steakhouse. We're like, well, great. So let's do that. So I hit the button to book a table tonight for Austin's Steakhouse for 2 at 8. So we'll see if it gets all that.
That was a lot of information.
It was a lot of information. And I think what we're interested in as we evolve voice is experiences that would take quite a lot of clicks, quite a lot of physical or virtual manipulation. So here we go. So Las Vegas, Austin Steakhouse, already right there.
Wow.
I just need to find it here. I guess I didn't pick it up exactly. But if we wanted to get into, let's say, one of the steakhouses, then away I go. So, and if I had the OpenTable app on here, then it could be another level of interaction that I can get to as well.
You mean you could jump into the app?
Go straight into the app. So if we see that the app is resident, we'll go ahead and just take you straight there.
Oh, wow.
So I'll just show that right now. So we'll say, play Crooked Fingers in Pandora.
Nice.
And hopefully this will bring it up.
And does this work for honeycomb tablets as well, or?
Yeah, it does. We're not quite to the point where we'd like to say that it's certified on it. It works on honeycomb tablets.
Yeah.
I've got it running on some tablets, and it's actually the carousel user interface is really nice on a tablet. It shows you can really get a good sense of all the breadth of content that's sitting there. And we're working on making it certified for the tablets on the Android marketplace as we go forward. So for Drag and Go, as we look to do more, we're going to go ahead and, so here it is opened up Pandora. It presumably will start playing the Crooked Fingers channel, and I can go ahead and rate it and do all the things that I would normally do. So it does a really good job of interfacing with both the applications for content partners that exist on the phone as well as off the phone.
Yeah.
And there's a variety. So we have about 200 content partners that we've signed up. So as we go forward, we'll be adding more content partners. More interesting, we'll be adding a lot more domain expertise inside our natural language processing.
Yeah.
So we'll be understanding the subtleties and the nuances of language as we're speaking, and as people naturally want to talk to devices, which I think we still don't even really know.
Yeah.
Like, how are people really going to talk to their phones? Sort of, dictatorial, or are they going to be supplicative? Or, I think
there's a whole body of information even in that.
That's right. And so one of the things that an application like this really helps us understand how are we going to be interacting with these devices on their face? Because I think we have a new paradigm of interaction that we're just about to sort of come into, which is between tapping and talking and swiping. What are the changes to the user interface that we're going to see on, especially on smaller form factor devices?
Right. Okay. And so you have another project, Dragon TV, which is pretty exciting.
We do. We have Dragon TV. So effectively, that's enabling you to manipulate your television with your voice.
Yeah.
So some of the basic commands that you can do are the ones you'd imagine. Turn the volume up, turn the volume down. And we have worked with our partners on those TVs to be able to use the volume control and manipulate that. And also we're using a microphone that's looking at it, that's listening into the room. It does a really good job of noise cancellation, so that even if I'm playing a really loud television show, I can still say volume down, and it will still be able to detect where my voice signal is coming from, eliminate the other surrounding noise signal, and highlight the fact and recognize the fact that it was turned volume down. So the TV lets you do all sorts of things. Stop playing the movie, find movies with Leonardo DiCaprio. So it reaches into the guide.
Wow.
It lets us access additional types of content. So types of things that, because of the way that those TV interfaces are built, they just don't really allow you to interact with them in a very rich way. I mean, to think about your set-top box at home, to say, I want to go find movies with Leonardo DiCaprio on it. It's almost impossible, right? I mean, to actually find the navigation scheme and then the text box and then that would let you search for Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
But today, those TVs are consuming a tremendous amount of media, from streaming, from the on-demand, from what's already on the devices potentially if they have this DVR. And so we really need to power a more rigorous user interface. I think voice is perfect for that. And so we need volume up, volume down, change the channel, show movies playing right now, show sporting events that are on, find the last 3 recordings of the Seattle Sounders that I have on my DVR. All of those components will interface into the voice system.
Awesome.
So Dragon TVs, we're really excited about that.
Oh, okay. And
then finally, dear to my heart, is Swipe and Dragon integrated together. So one of the exciting things I think about these two companies coming together is the fact that we can power Swipe and Dragon together from one user interface. Not only can I type in what I mean, I could also potentially dictate as well. The next generation of text input.
So you could switch back and forth between
I can switch back and forth between the modalities. So what's happening here is it's taking that audio signal and comparing it against the cloud and bringing it back down. So we're once again constrained. So there you go. So this is Swipe, the next generation of text input. So that's my stock standard phrase. I wrote the first bit, and then spoke the second bit. So I think that over the next year in particular, as people start to become more familiar with with continuing to be familiar with Swipe and more familiar with talking to their phones, I think you're going to see people blending modalities in this way. And so bringing in Dragon Go, Dragon, Swipe, tapping, the opportunity for these devices to control our television. So even if I have a television without a mic, this mic could be used to connect to the Android television, for instance. So I think we're going to see these verticals all start to blend together. We're going to expect a quality of interaction on phones, on laptops, on TVs, in our car that's consistent. And I think Nuance is in just an absolutely fantastic position.
Yeah, absolutely.